Basketball icon Jimmy Butler, now a significant player for the Golden State Warriors, has openly admitted that a previous fall during the series against the Houston Rockets still affects him. Despite the ongoing discomfort caused by a pelvic bruise, Butler has shown unwavering commitment to the game, consistently playing with the same passion and intensity. His determination to overcome physical setbacks epitomizes the Warrior spirit, resonating deeply with the fans and the team's culture. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. This situation took on greater significance during a recent Thursday night game, where the Warriors, noticeably weakened by the absence of fellow teammate Steph Curry, suffered a crushing defeat against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The final score of 117-93 starkly highlighted the challenges the Warriors face without their star point guard. This defeat marked a pivotal moment in the Western Conference semifinals, leveling the series with both teams securing one win each. As the series moves back to the Bay Area, which the Warriors proudly call home, questions loom about the team's ability to rebound. Curry's injury, a hamstring issue that led to his abrupt exit during Golden State's victorious Game 1, continues to raise concerns. The injury itself is a rarity in Curry's illustrious 16-year career, a testament to his resilience and fitness. However, the uncertainty of his return has left the Warriors relying heavily on Butler to take charge. As a seasoned veteran known for his fierce competitive spirit and leadership, Butler now shoulders the burden of leading the offense and keeping the team's momentum alive. Despite battling his own injury, Butler has embraced the responsibility with admirable resolve. The pelvic bruise, a remnant from Golden State's hard-fought initial series against the Houston Rockets, continues to hinder his performance. Yet, on that challenging Thursday night, Butler remained focused and resilient, scoring 17 points and securing 7 rebounds. His performance, though not enough to secure victory, reflected his determination to push through pain and perform at his best. When approached by reporters after the game, Butler maintained his characteristic composure. Rather than dwell on the loss or his physical limitations, he emphasized his commitment to the team. "I feel pretty good," he said. "We have the chance to rest. We can fly back home, sleep in our own beds, have some recovery time, play dominoes, sip coffee, spend time with children, nothing changes, and get prepped to compete again." His words conveyed not only his mental toughness but also his ability to keep the atmosphere light, even in the face of adversity. However, when questioned directly about his injury, Butler was candid. "Absolutely," he acknowledged when asked if the bruise still affected him. Yet, in typical fashion, he found a way to downplay the discomfort with humor. But surprisingly, playing dominoes, sipping coffee, and spending time with children make it all better, he added with a warm, reassuring smile. This candid and grounded approach has become a hallmark of Butler's personality, endearing him further to both teammates and fans. The focus now shifts to the next game as the Warriors return to their home court. The absence of Curry has undeniably left a void that even a player of Butler's caliber may struggle to fill entirely. The team's dynamic changes without Curry's signature shooting prowess and playmaking ability. Yet, Butler's role as both a leader and a resilient fighter becomes more critical with each passing game. Golden State's head coach has remained optimistic, praising Butler's dedication and ability to inspire his teammates. "Jimmy has been through a lot, but he never backs down. That kind of mentality is what makes champions. We believe in him, and we know he'll step up when it counts," the coach remarked. Fans are hopeful that Curry's recovery progresses swiftly, but in the meantime, the spotlight remains fixed on Butler. His next performance will be scrutinized not just for his scoring or rebounding but for his capacity to rally the team and maintain morale. With Curry's return timeline uncertain, Butler's leadership on and off the court will be instrumental in guiding the Warriors through this challenging playoff stretch. As the Bay Area prepares to welcome the team back, the Warriors faithful are gearing up to show their support, understanding that these testing moments often reveal the true mettle of a champion. For Butler, it's an opportunity to prove that his relentless spirit and unwavering dedication can carry the team forward, even when the odds seem daunting. With the Western Conference semifinals heating up, Butler's resilience, both physical and mental, could be the deciding factor. His ability to push through pain, lead by example, and inspire confidence among his teammates will play a pivotal role as the Warriors seek to reclaim the series advantage. In times of uncertainty, players like Butler remind the basketball world that greatness is often forged through struggle, and champions emerge not just from triumph but from the perseverance to overcome adversity. The Golden State Warriors will once again look to Butler to bring his trademark intensity and leadership, determined to keep their championship hopes alive despite the obstacles. As the series continues, one thing remains clear: Butler's fight is far from over, and neither are the Warriors' ambitions. The Golden State Warriors find themselves in a precarious position during the 2024-25 NBA playoffs, as injuries and disciplinary issues threaten to derail their championship ambitions. In addition to the significant loss of their superstar point guard Stephen Curry, who is sidelined with a hamstring injury, the Warriors are now grappling with another potential setback. Draymond Green, their versatile and fiery power forward, finds himself on the brink of suspension due to the accumulation of technical fouls in the ongoing postseason. Green's latest incident occurred during Game 2 of the Western Conference semifinals against the Minnesota Timberwolves, a game that ended in a disappointing 117-93 loss for the Warriors. The clash took place on Thursday 8, and the absence of Curry was keenly felt as Golden State struggled to maintain their usual offensive rhythm. Green, however, found himself in the spotlight for the wrong reasons once again. During the second quarter, while being defended on the perimeter by Timberwolves forward Naz Reid, Green exaggerated the contact after passing the ball, inadvertently striking Reid in the face with his arm. The officials deemed this move as unsportsmanlike conduct, issuing Green his fifth technical foul of the 2024-25 NBA playoffs. This latest infraction moves him dangerously close to suspension, a situation that could not come at a worse time for the Warriors. Technical fouls are a common occurrence in the NBA, especially during intense playoff battles. The league has specific regulations regarding these fouls to maintain sportsmanship and control over physicality on the court. Technical fouls can be given for a variety of reasons, including excessive timeouts, delay of game, having too many players on the court, unnecessary hanging on the rim, involvement in fights, and unsportsmanlike behavior. The consequences of receiving technical fouls differ between the regular season and the playoffs. In the regular season, players are fined for each technical foul, and upon accumulating 16 technicals, they face a one-game suspension. Every 2 additional technicals after that lead to further suspensions. In contrast, the playoffs have stricter regulations. A player is suspended after receiving 7 technical fouls, meaning Green is only 2 away from being forced to miss a critical game. Given that the Warriors have played just 9 playoff games so far, 7 against the Houston Rockets and 2 against the Timberwolves, Green's tally of 5 technicals is alarming. Head coach Steve Kerr addressed the situation with caution, emphasizing the need for discipline. "We know how important Draymond is to our team, not just for his defense and playmaking but also for his leadership on the floor. That said, we need him to be smarter and more controlled in these high-stakes situations. We can't afford to lose him at such a crucial point in the series," Kerr stated. Stephen Curry's injury has already put immense pressure on the Warriors roster. The veteran guard, who has been a cornerstone of Golden State's success for over a decade, sustained a hamstring injury during Game 1, forcing him out of action. Medical evaluations revealed that Curry would be sidelined for at least 2 more games, leaving the Warriors without their primary scoring and playmaking option. Now, with Green's suspension looming, the Warriors might lose another critical piece of their lineup. Draymond Green's role in the team extends beyond his scoring. His defensive versatility, ability to facilitate the offense, and fiery leadership are integral to the Warriors' success. However, his propensity for getting involved in on-court altercations has once again placed the team in a difficult position. Game 2 of the series saw the Timberwolves take control right from the start, opening the game with a 13-0 run. The Warriors' offense looked disjointed without Curry orchestrating plays, and despite Jimmy Butler's efforts, the team struggled to find a rhythm. Butler managed to break the ice with 5 points midway through the first quarter, but the Warriors trailed 29-15 after the opening period. Golden State showed flashes of improvement in the second quarter, with Jimmy Butler scoring consistently and Buddy Hield contributing from beyond the arc. However, their defensive struggles continued, particularly against Julius Randle, who scored 9 points in the second period alone. To make matters worse, the game was briefly interrupted after Green's controversial technical foul. Adding to the tension, Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards appeared to injure his ankle but returned to play shortly after. The Timberwolves maintained their lead, heading into halftime up 56-39. After halftime, the Warriors attempted to rally in what they often refer to as their death third quarter mode. A spirited 19-9 run cut the deficit to just 7 points, with Butler and Hield finding some offensive success. However, the Timberwolves responded quickly, with Randle and Edwards continuing to dominate on both ends of the floor. The third quarter ended with Minnesota holding a commanding 85-65 lead. In the final quarter, the Warriors fought to narrow the gap, briefly cutting the lead to 15 points after a well-placed three-pointer from Hield. However, the Timberwolves swiftly regained momentum, and their efficiency down the stretch ensured a comfortable victory. With the game slipping away, both teams rotated in their bench players, and the final buzzer saw the Timberwolves secure a decisive 117-93 win. The series now shifts back to the Bay Area, where the Warriors will look to bounce back despite the challenges. While Curry's absence is beyond the team's control, managing Draymond Green's temperament on the court is vital. Green must recognize the importance of restraint to avoid jeopardizing the team's playoff hopes. For Jimmy Butler, the responsibility continues to grow. As one of the few remaining veterans capable of carrying the offensive load, he will need to elevate his game further, both as a scorer and a leader. The Warriors' path to the conference finals is increasingly uncertain, and their ability to adapt to these setbacks will define their postseason journey. The Golden State Warriors have proven resilient in the past, overcoming injuries and controversies to secure championships. Whether they can summon that same resolve now remains to be seen. The next game at Chase Center will be a defining moment, as the team seeks to rally behind Butler's grit and Green's passion, hoping that both can channel their energy into a focused and disciplined performance. As Steph Curry's remarkable career with the Golden State Warriors enters its twilight, the franchise is more determined than ever to capitalize on the time they have left with their iconic point guard. The Warriors' front office has made it clear that they see an immediate need to secure another championship while Curry remains at the helm. In light of this urgency, the organization is seriously considering a trade for Domantas Sabonis, a move that could significantly bolster their championship aspirations. The rationale behind this potential move is rooted in the Warriors' current roster dynamics and the need to build a more formidable frontcourt presence. Despite their impressive playoff performance thus far, the absence of Curry due to a hamstring injury has laid bare some of the team's vulnerabilities. While Jimmy Butler, the Warriors' recent high-profile acquisition, has played a pivotal role in maintaining competitiveness, it is clear that adding another versatile big man would be a strategic upgrade. The Golden State Warriors are in a unique position to strengthen their lineup without disrupting their core chemistry. With Curry still delivering exceptional performances, averaging over 30 points per game prior to his injury, and Butler seamlessly integrating into the team, the addition of Sabonis could create a 2 to 3 year window where the Warriors remain strong title contenders. This move aligns with the team's philosophy of pairing Curry with dynamic frontcourt players, reminiscent of past collaborations with centers like Andrew Bogut, Kevin Looney, and Zaza Pachulia. Recent reports from The Athletic, via Sam Amick and Anthony Slater, indicate that Domantas Sabonis is keen to reassess his role within the Sacramento Kings organization during the upcoming offseason. After the Kings' playoff exit, there has been growing speculation about Sabonis' long-term future with the franchise, especially as he seeks a clearer sense of direction from the front office. Given this context, the Warriors see an opportunity to bring in a proven all-star who could complement their fast-paced, high-IQ playing style. Trading for Sabonis would not only add scoring and rebounding capabilities but would also enhance the team's passing game. Having both Sabonis and Draymond Green on the floor would give Golden State two of the best playmaking big men in the league, significantly improving ball movement and interior defense. With Butler already showing his ability to lead during Curry's absence, the addition of Sabonis would help balance the roster, allowing Green to focus more on his defensive role while Sabonis contributes to scoring and facilitating from the post. From Sacramento's perspective, while moving Sabonis may not be their top priority, the potential trade package from the Warriors is enticing. Golden State has young assets that the Kings could find appealing, especially considering their current rebuilding phase. One proposed trade scenario includes the Warriors acquiring Sabonis in exchange for Buddy Hield, Moses Moody, Tracy Jackson-Davis, and a 2026 first-round pick. This package would provide Sacramento with promising young talent and future draft capital while allowing them to reset around De'Aaron Fox. However, financial considerations complicate the potential deal. The Warriors have a significant portion of their salary cap tied up with Curry, $55.7 million, Jimmy Butler, $48.7 million, and Draymond Green, $24 million. In order to accommodate Sabonis' contract, Golden State would need to make adjustments, possibly involving additional player movements or restructuring current deals. This financial balancing act is something the Warriors' management is actively evaluating, as the payoff could be immense if it results in another championship. The potential acquisition of Sabonis also signals a strategic shift in the Warriors' approach. Traditionally, Golden State has thrived on spacing, perimeter shooting, and switching defense. While Sabonis is not a traditional stretch big, his presence inside the paint, combined with his ability to facilitate, would add a new dimension to the Warriors' offensive sets. His rebounding prowess would also address one of the team's persistent weaknesses, especially in matchups against taller and more physical opponents. Jimmy Butler, who has quickly become a focal point of the team's leadership, would also benefit from Sabonis' arrival. Butler's scoring versatility would pair well with Sabonis' inside-out game, giving the Warriors multiple offensive options. With Curry likely returning before the end of the semifinal series, the trio of Curry, Butler, and Sabonis could prove to be a formidable core, balancing scoring, defense, and playmaking. The urgency behind this potential trade is amplified by Curry's limited window to compete at an elite level. Though still a dynamic scorer and leader, Curry's recent injury issues hint at the reality that the Warriors must prepare for the post-Curry era while still maximizing their championship potential in the present. Adding Sabonis would allow the team to remain competitive not only this season but for the next few years, bridging the gap between the current core and the future of the franchise. The Warriors' recent performances have shown both resilience and vulnerability. While the team has maintained competitiveness even without Curry, their loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves exposed the limitations of relying on a small ball lineup without consistent interior scoring. Green's physical play and Butler's scoring have kept them afloat, but against bigger, more physical teams, the lack of a dominant big man becomes apparent. Sabonis would address this directly, giving the Warriors a reliable inside presence who can also distribute the ball efficiently. In the broader context of the NBA landscape, where teams are increasingly forming super trios, adding Sabonis would place Golden State in a better position to contend with the likes of Denver, Phoenix, and other Western Conference powerhouses. The Warriors understand that the window for another championship with Curry as the centerpiece is narrowing. With the right adjustments and strategic moves, they hope to ensure that his final years in Golden State are marked by more title runs rather than rebuilds. Golden State's fanbase remains hopeful that management will make the necessary moves to support Curry's final push for a fifth NBA championship. While the team's future looks promising with emerging talents, the present demands immediate action. The potential acquisition of Sabonis symbolizes a commitment to staying competitive, adapting to evolving challenges, and honoring the legacy of one of the greatest players in franchise history. As the postseason progresses, the Warriors' ability to navigate roster adjustments and overcome injuries will ultimately define their fate. The prospect of adding Sabonis could be the turning point that not only salvages this season but also solidifies their status as perennial contenders, even as Curry's storied career approaches its conclusion.